Good morning and welcome. Last time I recorded Thought for the Day, I talked about how Mel and I came to move to Bexhill, which means we live close to our daughter and her two daughters. We feel very privileged that we are able to see them so frequently, especially in the present situation with the restrictions it has brought to all of us. I know that for some of you, this means that you haven't seen family members for a very long time. Only the other day, a friend told me that she had not seen her granddaughter for several months and was missing her birthday, but thank goodness for video calls. Well, the word bubble has taken on a whole new meaning, hasn't it? And we are happy to be part of our daughter's support bubble. This includes doing the school run on the days she works and the refining of skills, like doing a ponytail on a 5-year-old who can't stand still. The endless, hurry up, we'll be late, when reading is much more important to a 10-year-old than putting your shoes on. And the reminder that coats go on coat pegs, not on the floor, and that washing your hands is the first thing to do when coming in from school. It also means making houses and theatres out of cardboard boxes and presents for mummy made out of clay. That's with Grandad. Learning to knit, and yes, of course, the holes are part of the pattern. Use the sewing machine and plant seeds with Grandma. In the October half-term holiday, they made our Christmas cake, and nearer Christmas they iced it, both without cake mixture or icing ending up on the table, floor or walls. Well, maybe just a little. Opening the Advent calendar was an important ritual too, being sure to be fair and take it in turns, of course. We have got several nativity sets, and we noticed that most days some of them had been rearranged. One is a beautiful knitted set, and this one in particular was the focus of 5-year-old Evie's attention. Every day she would move the people around and the animals, talking to them all the time. One day I noticed that there was a tiny white pom-pom in the manger. When I asked about it, Evie's answer was very matter-of-fact. It's baby Jesus' cuddly toy. Why would I ask that? Of course Jesus must have a toy to keep him company. Being a grandparent is great, all the joys of being a parent, and you can give them back. I remember getting very cross with my mum when after a long tiring day teaching I collected an equally tired and rather fractious daughter from her, and mum saying, she was all right until you came. I'm guessing that some of you listening will be saying, it's true, and it is. The happy child who has enjoyed playing with Grandma and Grandad suddenly realises that it's really only mummy that she wants, and shows this by turning into a whiny, demanding child and then getting told off within seconds of mummy arriving. One of the joys of being with young children is stepping into their world and seeing things simply. And one of the drawbacks is when seeing things simply means not understanding that you can't always have things your way, and that you're not actually the centre of the universe. One of the first Bible passages I can remember making an impact upon me was Mark 10, when Jesus put a child in the middle of the disciples and told them, "For of such as these is the kingdom of God." Here is the story. People were bringing little children to Jesus in order that he might touch them, and the disciples spoke sternly to them. But when Jesus saw this, he was indignant and said to them, "Let the little children come to me. Do not stop them, for it is such as these that the kingdom of God belongs. Truly I tell you, whoever does not receive the kingdom of God as a little child will never enter into it." And he took them up into his arms, laid his hands on them, and blessed them. To my young mind, all I could see was how wonderful it was that Jesus thought children were so important and special. As I've grown older, I've come to a greater understanding of that passage, and now know that it's included in Mark's Gospel in a group of teachings in the lead up to Jesus' entry into Jerusalem and all that followed that. So what does it mean? Well, I think at its simplest, we're being told to be childlike, with that sense of awe and wonder and a straightforward view of things, which includes baby Jesus needing a cuddly toy. Of course, we're not told to be childish, like the tired child having a tantrum at the end of the day. There's a very subtle difference. My prayer today is that we will all find our inner child and in these difficult times see the world with fresh eyes, seeing the good as well as the bad. And we perhaps all need a cuddly toy too. Thank you for listening.